Hey everybody, Dino Banjournal from Extend Tech once again here, wanting to share with you a little bit more eXtendMobile magic. So in my prior two videos that I presented, I was showing you some pre-built functions that I had built for creating a purchase order on the fly or updating an order status. So what I wanted to do here today is actually take you behind the scenes and show you exactly how I built those functions. So we're going to get right into it. Let's enter the NetSuite ERP cocoon and we will emerge and eXtendMobile Butterfly. So I'm going to hit that plus sign down at the bottom of my mobile app screen. And right away, I get three options. What do I want to do? Do I want to create a record? Do I want to update a record or transform? In this case, I'm going to be updating a record. So now it's all about defining what is my function name that I want to call it on the UI. So I'm going to say it's going to be the update sales order via scan. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to call up an order by scanning a QR code. So I'm going to select the record, which is a sales order, and I have to specify my field, which is my order number. And you'll notice just above the save button, I have the slider to the right, which indicates that I'm going to be searching by scanning. I'm going to scan a QR code that will call up the order. So I'm going to click save. My function, my base function has been defined. Now it's about configuring my form. How do I want to configure this form? So once again, using the plus sign in the bottom right of the screen, first thing I'm going to do is I want to echo back to the user the order number that they're searching for. That way they confirm that they've called up the proper order. Secondly, I'm going to bring in a custom transaction body field, which is backed by a drop-down list, a custom list of statuses for the order. And then finally, what I'm actually going to have is another scan field, but it's going to be scanning in a location on a production floor. So maybe the orders starts off in a staging area and then it moves to a production area and then it moves to a shipping area. So I'm going to track those movements of the order within this field, but I'm going to do so via a scan. So I'm going to select from the triple dot on the right, I'm going to select and go details, and I'm going to enable the memo field here for a scan. So I'm going to slide that slider to the right so I can scan it in a location. So it's quick and easy no matter where I'm on the production floor. So I'll click save. That's the extent of my form configuration. If I decided, oh gosh, I wanted to change the order of the fields, I can use those up and down arrows that are on the left side of each of my field names, and I can move these things up, down, resort things to where I want them to be on the form, to where I'm comfortable. And yeah, that's what I want to go with. Once I get all my fields set, location set, I'm just going to click save. That's it. The function is now set, ready to go. So what am I going to do? Before I go ahead and execute this function, let me show you what transaction we're going to work with here in this use case, where I'll be scanning a QR code to call up an order and then scanning another QR code to set the status or the location that it's at in the production floor. So I'll start by showing you this sales order that I'm going to be working with. This happens to be sales order number 64, which is annotated here. And these are my two fields that I'm going to be posting updates to, the promo standards order status and that memo production notes field. So that's what we're going to be working with. So I'm going to go switch back into the mobile context and we'll start executing an operation from the production floor. So I'll call up that mobile app once again, and we're actually going to call up the sales order by QR code. So I'm going to fire up that update sales order via scan function, scan a QR code, boom, calls up my order. So you can see it's order 64, currently in pre-production status. I'm going to move it to in production because I'm producing it right now. And let's say this is a screen printing job. So I want to mark it, hey, it's in my screen printing operation area. So I'm going to hit that QR code icon on the right side of awaiting production, and I'm going to update its status by scanning this QR code. And boom, now it's been updated to screen printing. I've got my update, I click save. That's it. Just like in the other demonstrations where I've presented to you, it submits a post request to NetSuite to execute that operation. You'll notice in the upper right-hand corner, the little bell has turned red. If I click on that, you can see the operation update sales order via scan was completed. So now if I were to shift back into the NetSuite ERP and call that order back up once again. So this is where I was at, pre-production, awaiting production. If I were to refresh this sales order, it will now reflect my update. You'll notice now that the statuses have changed. The order shows that it's in production and it's currently in screen printing. So if I were to switch back into the mobile context, push one more update in here just to show a little bit of variability, come back into the mobile app. Let's go ahead and finalize this order. Let's say we've finished production and it's now over in our shipping area, ready to go out the door. So once again, I'm going to go into my custom updates sales order via scan function. I'll scan to call up the order. There it is, 64. It says it's in production. I'm going to mark it as complete, and I want to mark it that it was last in my shipping. I scanned, boom, shipping, click save. Once again, I've posted that update up to NetSuite. If I were to go back into the NetSuite UI, we'll see the update that's rendered there. You'll notice again, the red bell has lit up at the top there, and I've got my update sales order via scan posted once again. So if I were to go back into the NetSuite realm, show you the sales order update that went through, we'll refresh the record once again, and here we are. You can see the status updates have been completed. The order status has been marked complete. It was last in our shipping department on the way out the door. Simple function, super easy, enabling you to post these kind of updates to any record or create any record, define your own function. That's what eXtendMobile is all about. If you found this video informative, helpful, I encourage you to subscribe to our blog, follow us on social, or reach out to us through our website. Again, my name is Dino, and thanks for watching.